Why does society expect older women to carry the world on their shoulders? That's our question for today. We live in a world that often asks too much of women, especially as they age. The demands are unending and often unreasonable. The expectation is that they should always be there to support, nurture, and care. From raising children to taking care of aging relatives, the list goes on and on. But let's delve deeper into this. Who are the main culprits behind these expectations? Narcissistic men and patriarchal structures. They hold women to standards that they themselves wouldn't dare uphold. They expect women to give of themselves until there's nothing left, while they often do little to reciprocate or share the burden. It's a cycle that perpetuates itself, leaving many women feeling drained and undervalued. But why are these expectations there in the first place? Let's explore this further in our next segment. It starts with the narcissistic men in their lives. Narcissistic men, the ones who view the world through a lens that only reflects their needs. They hold women to a high standard, a standard they wouldn't dare apply to themselves. Double standards become their norm, creating an imbalance that often leaves women feeling drained and undervalued. These men often expect women to wear two hats, one of a mother, raising children with grace and resilience, and another of a caretaker, tending to the needs of their aging relatives. It is a cycle of giving, a relentless practice that leaves women with little time for themselves. The narcissistic men in their lives demand a level of sacrifice they themselves would never consider. They expect women to give until there is nothing left, pouring from an empty cup, and yet they wouldn't dare to do the same. These men demand what they wouldn't dare give. Next, we have the patriarchal society echoing these demands. It's not just the narcissistic men who hold these expectations. Society as a whole, steeped in long-standing patriarchal norms, amplifies them. It's a chorus that sings a song of self-sacrifice, urging women to pour themselves out, to give and give until there's nothing left. The societal narrative casts women as caretakers first, individuals second. Women are expected to shoulder the burdens of raising children, caring for aging parents and in-laws, often at the expense of their own needs and desires. This narrative is pervasive, woven into the fabric of our cultures, our communities, our homes. It's a narrative that's learned, internalized, and passed down from generation to generation. Women are seen as inexhaustible wells of care and compassion, but even wells can run dry. It's high time we questioned this narrative and asked ourselves, what happens when the well is empty? When a woman has given all she can give? Society tells women, give until you have nothing left. But how should women respond when confronted with these requests? It's a question that has been asked too often, and the answer, my friends, lies in spirituality. Spirituality, a profound connection with oneself and the universe, can be a wellspring of strength for women navigating through the labyrinth of societal expectations. It's not about conforming to a certain religion or following a strict doctrine, but rather, it's about finding an inner peace and strength that can help one stand firm in their beliefs and decisions. When women tap into this spiritual strength, they can push back against these unreasonable demands, not with anger or resentment, but with a calm assertiveness that comes from knowing their worth. They can use this spiritual strength to remind themselves and the world that they are not sacrificial lambs, but rather powerful beings deserving of respect and equality. Spirituality, in essence, can be a source of strength and resilience. And what about the practical response? Well, it starts with setting boundaries. Be clear on what you can and cannot do. It's not being selfish, it's being practical. You can't pour from an empty cup. Next, advocate for equal treatment. This means expecting the same level of care and consideration that you give to others. It's not just about fairness, it's about respect. And last but not least, prioritize self-care. This is not a luxury, it's a necessity. You need to take care of yourself before you can take care of others. Whether it's a quiet moment with a good book, a brisk walk in the park, or a soothing cup of tea, find what replenishes your spirit and make time for it. In the end, the most important thing to remember is this: you have the right to say no. You have the right to take care of yourself.